I would want an instructor to remain engaging with me throughout the course. So during my grades, if I don't happen to get a 10 out of 10 or I get a 7 out of 10, why I got the 7 out of 10, but more importantly, what I could do to better myself or where I fell short, maybe some examples on how to do better. And also an encouraging instructor. So always have encouraging messages. Videos are great, emails as well.
I like them to have a tone that is both personable and professional. When the instructor is personable, they are less intimidating, and that makes them more approachable. When the instructor is professional, we are going to respect the instructor and take them more serious.
Ideally, my preference is that instructors should embody a communication style that is casual yet professional. I also find it important for instructors to be supportive, encouraging, open, and offer help with constructive feedback. In terms of medium, watching a video recording of my teacher allows me to put a face to the person behind my computer monitor and offers insight to the teacher's personality and their style of teaching.
I feel like the most effective way that your professor could communicate with you is through as many channels of communication as possible. Email, Skyping, interactions, recordings, anything that can get you familiar with forms of communication that you're going to have to use in the everyday real world.
I find that email is way more effective than any other means for me. I can send an email at my disposal and just wait for a response when it's convenient for my professor or somebody else.
I also would like feedback on the quality of the work that I'm turning in. And if I'm not getting all of the credit, why am I not? I would also like timely communications that affect my workload because as an online student, I budget time for my homework and studying.
The use of VoiceThread, I think, is huge in communication because it actually adds a personal touch and doesn't leave the students, online students at least, feeling like they're fending for themselves. I think it adds a great personal touch.
I think video is key. I've always been a learner that learns better by watching rather than reading. It's just not my strong suit. So I think I'd like to see a lot more video from my instructors.
Also, I would definitely like them to post as much information as possible on the course homepage because that's something that you visit often. So it's just nice to know that the professor is actually participating in the class.
It's important that not only the instructor but the student put effort into making it a good course. So I'd say that email is probably the best way of communication with a student.
The way I'd like my instructors to communicate with me would be through the online forums on the course homepage. It's a quick and easy way to get any new information or old information, anything that I might have missed. In addition to that, these video conferencing abilities that we have, I might not be able to sit down face-to-face with my instructor, but by having this ability to communicate through video and audio, it's just as good as being able to sit down and, in all reality, saves me a couple bucks in gas.
Oftentimes with the deadlines of online courses, they move so rapidly that you can't afford to miss deadlines. You can't afford to miss a communication point with your professor. So if the method of communication is email, then you certainly have to be responsive. Text message is awesome, but you can't have 100 or 200 or 400 kids or students texting you.
I like it when our professors send us out a weekly email to all the students and just give us a heads up on what's going to be expected for that week. Also, I have found that communication through our weekly discussion boards have proven to be just as useful.
I think it would also be fun if we were to have a designated time where we could have like an online chat or instant messaging.
Well, first of all, I'd like to have a good relationship. It is tough online since you don't usually have that face-to-face contact with your professor. However, it's always nice to feel comfortable with them so you know that when you can go to them or need to go to them, that they are there for you at all times.